What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, the homie Kurt, and we are back. I know it's been a minute, but we are back with the tutorials. And with this series, we're going to go ahead and go with a West Coast producer series. Now, we're going to be breaking down and cooking up beats like West Coast producers, such as Low the Great, Ron, Jug, Run That Back West, Scum Beats, and Uno, and plenty of others. So, with this video today, we're going to go ahead and cook up a beat like West Coast producer Scum Beats. And with that being said, go ahead and leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's go. All right, now, so with these up-tempo club beats, we're going to go ahead and drop our BPM, start off right there. We're gonna start off with, let's go with 104. Let's go with 104. Was thinking 102, but let's go 104. 102 is a little slow. I know I'm gonna give you a heads up. Like 102 can be a little slow. So 104 might be that sweet spot. So I would suggest 104 sometimes. But just test out the tempos when your beat is done sometimes. Go ahead and test it out. Test the different BPMs. That might be your kicker right there. That might change everything. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go to 104 BPM. Take out these presets. Well, it's really optional. Me personally, I always just take one of them out and just leave three. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and find our presets and let's go ahead and cook up. All right, so I got my presets loaded up and ready to go. The ones I usually go with is my daily that I always use, which is Analog Lab. Bam, got the preset, West Coast Magic 1 presets. That's from Gatekeep Sounds. Check them out for all West Coast producers. Check those presets and plugins out because those are go-to for West Coast producers, man. Check it out. Then I go with Expand. Got to Expand, that's an OG right there. Same with Purity. OG plugin that I go with on daily basis. So these are the ones I go with. And let me go ahead and show you the presets that I selected to lay some notes down. This is what I went with. It's a classic synth just to start something out. I don't know if you can hear that. You should be able to hear that, but yeah, this is what I'm gonna start off with. So I'm gonna lay down some notes and we're gonna go from there. All right, so we back and I dropped down some notes and made us a melody. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we got in Analog Lab. I had got this classic synth key from the West Coast Magic 1 file up in Analog Lab. If you got that, check it out. And this is what it sounded like. Let me go ahead and show you what Analog Lab sound like. I don't mind the scratching and all that. I need to get a new interface ASAP. But basically with this melody and with this notes, all I did was repeat this first section. That's all I did was repeat this first section all throughout the next 4 bars. All I did was just repeat that. It made it more simple for myself and not overthink. So we got that one down. It's up in A minor right here. Boom, 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 or A major. I ain't a genius with all this scale stuff, but got it right there. Then we got expand, and I got a pad in there, I believe. Let me go ahead and show you what that's looking like. Yep, got a soft pad. Yep, the smooth synth brass. Go ahead and show you what that's looking like. And with this, all I did was follow my notes from the previous preset. So if I move this, all I did was just follow my ghost notes and I just kept it in the middle, kept my pad presets, whatever notes I was using, just kept that in the middle of the previous preset, which is the classic synth key. The key notes basically. So that's what all I did was just fill in these notes right here. And all I did was just follow the bottom notes and went up 1, 2 to C, then 1, 2, 3 to E. Simple as that. Or just follow your notes wherever your notes are, just build them up from there. That's all I did with this one, just follow my previous pattern from the Analog Lab. And this is what it sounds like. Don't mind the sound, I don't know why it sounded like that, but just bear with me. All right, so that's what it sounded like for our second preset. It's pretty simple, pretty simple. Not only that, I did mess around with the velocity, and how I did that was to make it more easy for you. All I did was hit that Alt O if you're on Windows. I think it's Command O if you're on Mac. But this is all I did. Made it more simple. Made the velocity where it's at. Brought it down because it was all the way up here at first. So yeah, brought this all the way down. And then I used a 90s, let me see, a 90s bell pad is what I use. And this is what it sounded like. And this is really just some ear candy, just something in the background, just to have on like probably the hook or the chorus or something. So this is what it sounded like. All right, there we go. So this is what it sounded like before the drums. Now, what we're gonna do now is drop these drums in, cook up, and let's go ahead and drop some drums. All right, so we got our melody laid out, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and drop some of these drums in here, get that going, and let's go ahead and get us a clap. Actually, let's go ahead and go into our files, and I use my own drum kit. I made this a while back, like a few months ago. So what I usually do is come in here, see which one. Usually I play the beat and see which clap sounds a little better, you know. Yeah, I'll go with clap three. I'll go with clap three. My damn interface is trash trying to record and play a damn beat at the same time. So bear with me. Bear with me. So all right, got a clap in there. Let's go ahead and let's get a hi hat. Let's get a hi. Let's find a hi hat. So let's go ahead and all right. Wait. Not four. Going with three. All right. So we got that so far. Got that so far. All right. So let's go ahead and lay down some claps in these hi hats. Let's go ahead and lay those down. All right, so far I got the claps and hi hats down. I had threw some regular notes in for the claps at first, but then I decided to just switch it up. You know, right here at the end, just put these three notes. Just a three notes row or a three notes roll is what I'll say. Not only that, with your claps, mess with the velocity for sure, for sure. Don't forget that because that could be key to your beat too, to making a beat switch. It's just the velocity to your claps or to your hi hats too. So we're gonna get to that in a second. But this is what I did with these right here. Well, let me show you. Let me show you the clap pattern at first. Hold on. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but yeah, you get the idea. And this is the roll. Whoop. There you go. So yeah, that's the clap roll right there, and that's what it sounds like. And let me go ahead and show you the hi hats. But before I do that, let me show you how I did this little velocity thing with the clap. So the same way you can do this in hi hats as well. All you gotta do is just it's called a chopper, I think. All you gotta do is select. Well, let me go ahead and show you real quick. Just drop a note or drop a note in whatever pattern you had. Go ahead and drop that note. Hit that control and select the note. And what you'll do is hit that Alt U. Alt U, and it'll bring up this piano roll chopper. So that's how you do this little piano roll chopper. That's how you do that. And to mess with the velocity, all you gotta do is right click, hit that right click. Ah, damn, hold on. Control. Nope, not that one. Control Alt U, bam, bam. And let me go ahead and move this if I can. Accept it. Let me move it out the way so you can see. All right, boom. What you'll do is just right click. All you gotta do is right click and then just move across. Right click and move across and drag it however you want to drag it and put it up and whatever you want to do with it. Go ahead and put the velocity how you want it. And that's how you do the little piano roll chopper on that. So let's go ahead and get out of that. And let's go to the hi-hats. All right, so now we're on to the hi-hats. So now I'm gonna show you the hi-hats. Let me go ahead and play you the hi-hats one time. All right, so that's the hi-hats. That's what it's sounding like. And the same way with the velocity and using control, not control, but using Alt U for the piano chopper, piano roll chopper. I use the same thing for these hi-hats. So the same thing I did for this, control select and then Alt U, boom boom, right click and change the velocity on those. So it's really important for the claps and the hi-hats to mess with the velocity to get that bounce in these club beats. So just a little important fact on that one. Just go ahead and let's go ahead and see what it's sounding like. All right, so that's what it sounded like so far. And next we're gonna go ahead and drop some perks in there, drop some other stuff, drop the 808s, of course, and the kick, and we're gonna go ahead and go from there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and finish out this beat, drop the rest of our drums, put our perks in there, put the 808s, kicks. We're gonna go ahead and go through that. I'm gonna go ahead and run through this and figure out what we're gonna plug in here, but we're gonna do that real quick. I ain't gonna spend too much time on picking these thing crashes and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and run through this. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so far this is what we got. Everything except the 808s and the kicks. We're gonna go ahead and lay those in a second. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the beat. This is what we got with all the perks and all the extra stuff in there, all the extra sounds. So this is what it's sounding like. All right, so this is what we got so far. And just to give you a heads up on how I did all this, so with my perks and everything, what I like to do is go in here and turn this loop points off. Go ahead and turn that off because it will loop throughout the whole beat if you don't turn that off on some perks and presets, just to go ahead and save you time on that. Go ahead and cut that off and also cut itself. I do this with all my perks, 808s, kicks, and everything. I just cut itself just to save some time later on down the line. So now how I got all these, now how I laid everything down was pretty simple. I just played, really how I do things is I just play the beat. Hold on. I ain't gonna play that, but usually I just play the beat and just basically fill in whatever it fits best for the perks. So that's basically what I do for most of my beats is just basically fill in, finding the soft spot, finding that perfect spot to plug in everything, and that's really how I did most of this right here. So that's how I did that. All right, so I got the 808s and the kicks laid down, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it's sounding like so far. All right, so that's what it sounded like so far. Got the 808s in there, got the kicks in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it sounded. Well, I'm gonna show you how I broke it down. I made it real simple. It wasn't too much thought on it. I just made a simple beat, a simple pattern, and kept it in the C5. You know, I didn't change it up too much. I could have, but I just kept it simple. Didn't want to do too much on this one. And this is what it looked like. Pretty simple, straightforward. It's not too much going on. So that's what I did with the 808s. And then with the kick, all I did was follow the 808 pattern, but I didn't fully follow the 808 pattern. Just did the first two and then same with the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too much. Let me go ahead and change the velocity on those. Hit the Alt O, and we should be good. Yeah, should be good. Bam. All right, so the kick is already laid down. Now, one thing I would give you a tip on is to not layering the kicks, but just layer the kicks to where it has that extra punch with the 808. So let me go ahead and show you how I did that or how I do that is basically link the kick mixer to the 808 mixer and put a fruity limiter. Put a fruity limiter in the mixer, and what you would do is go to comp and then turn that ratio all the way up and turn that knee all the way up and then turn this threshold down just a little bit, or depending on however you like it, that's what you'll put it as for the threshold. So just a heads up on that. The threshold is optional for you. You can change it however you want to, but put that knee all the way up and put the ratio all the way up. And now what I always do is put a saw clipper to put that extra bounce into the 808s. And what I do is just bring it over here so it's not super muddy. Not only that, go ahead and play this beat. And that is what we got so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay out this beat. Lay down on the I'm gonna arrange the beat actually. I'm gonna go ahead and arrange it. And we're gonna go ahead and finish this beat up. All right, so this is what we got so far. This is what we got and what we cooked up. So before we get out of here, I'm going to show you what I did with the gross beat. Because sometimes with these beats, it gives a little more bounce if you put a gross beat in there and you throw in like some momentarily like a two-step repeat or something like that. So how I did that was basically going to our main mixer track, get gross beat, drop gross beat in here. But once you first get gross beat, get that right click, the little knob right here, and you'll click create animation clip. And when you do that, this will drop right here. This little bar thing. Excuse me. So that will drop. And what I usually do, I usually drop a little gross beat gross beat effect. I put it right before the first verse. So this is like right at the end of the course. So I usually just put it right here and just go from there. Like that's the sweet spot for putting these little two-step repeats right before the beat kicks in. So on everything, this is what I usually do. And this is what it sounds like. So yeah, that's what it sounds like. All it does is give it a little more bounce to the beat. So that's all it is to it. So with that being said, it's been your boy, the homie Kurt. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next video.